What's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of A Reseller's Life. My name is Chris. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we're going to compare Brian Vent asked for a review on his eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari store. I love this because this is my strategy for selling liquidation or thrifted goods. I love the traffic of all three websites. I'm going to give you guys an idea of my strategy and also show you the difference between a store that does over 100,000 in sales versus Brian's store. I would guess does between 20 and 70,000 per month. I don't fully know because it looks like he's just getting started on eBay, and Poshmark is a heavier platform for him, and Mercari is doing quite well. But let's get straight into it. The store that I share is Daily Refinement Consignment. This is in the description below. After my wedding, this store is going to go really, really large. I want you guys to understand that with business and life, there are seasons. It's not that easy to do work-life balance for me. I like to do things one at a time. So I'm going to knock out my wedding this week, and afterwards, I'm going to hit this store super hard. Originally, I had a road to $1,000 a week, but then I got sick. So it's just hard to always do everything at the same time. Life doesn't always go according to plan. But this store I'm going to raise up to about 100,000 listed with random goods. Right now, we're at 12. And then the store, when I turned off my other liquidation store, the two Poshmark stores that house my 7,000 items are still 100 new listings daily and at Daily Refinement on Poshmark. Between these two stores, I've listed about 20,000 items, and I've done just over $200,000 in sales on Poshmark, maybe a year and a half. I'm not claiming to be an expert. I'm just going to share my experience with running my store. I like to sort by highest to low. So if you look at my stores, you can see I primarily focus on outerwear, sneakers, rare goods. I also like to sell lots. If you see in my Daily Refinement store, I sell a few lots to private people. In this store, I experimented with the luxury goods. My favorite brand to sell is Gucci. So Gucci, Louis Vuitton, I'll aim for rare sneakers. I also sold my Apple sneakers on Poshmark for $2,500. So that's not my biggest flip, but that did cost less than $1. So $1 into $2,500. Not too shabby. I actually didn't even get that excited. I wish I was more clickbaity because I could make a video on that, but this is a real sale, and it was verified by Poshmark and StockX. So this pair of shoes was super cool. And yeah, the person that bought it was a really nice lady. So hopefully she enjoys it. But I like to search from the solds high to low to get an idea of what people are selling. I sell lots. I like to sell sneakers. I sell some rare hype beast stuff. But what I'm focusing on now is mainly just shoes. It's something that I like, and I want to show you guys the difference between sort of my setup versus Brian's setup, which is just mainly like merchandising. So if you look at the way that I present my items, this was part of the 0 to 1K challenge with no fancy equipment. But if you do have the ability to get like at least a basic lighting kit and a piece of canvas, I'm going to show you guys this Gucci listing that I'm putting up, because this is one that I did myself and I did not have staff do. So this shoe right here was taken with a basic lighting kit on top of canvas. So you can see here, this is my photo for a pair of Gucci shoes. I really want to make it worth my time. So items that are over $100, I'm going to take the time and make the pictures look amazing. This is very straightforward. You can do it on an iPhone. If you watch episode number 5, I go through how I take photos in this series. I think we're on episode 13 or 14 now. And I always like to take the pictures at the end of the series without any artificial lighting, just so they may ask me what's the exact color, and I'll say refer to the last 2 pictures because those ones are taken with more natural lighting. Also, you want to let people know that they're going to get the gift receipt, they're going to get the actual box, they're going to get all the information. When you're selling something really high end, you want people to know they're getting the authentic deal. Also, I like selling stuff that's $500 and over on Poshmark because of the free authentication. That just makes my life easier. Yes, it is a 20% fee, and that's a lot of money, but it's not an additional fee. It just comes with the nature of the item. So for me, I don't have any issue with that. It just comes down to how I buy the items. I would much rather sell 100% Gucci than other brands that take longer to sell. There is a brand called, there's a store online called Hotter Cooler on eBay. If you guys want to check out that store, Hotter Cooler, They're pretty much all Gucci, and I may actually take an investor's money. I was asking online, if somebody has maybe 150 grand, maybe we can play the Gucci game and I'll split it with you 50-50. We just go to the outlet at the sales, buy up shoes, and if you're not in a hurry to get your money back, then we can wait. Every single sale will net us $100, right? And I'll list it myself. I'll make every single listing look like this because it's worth my time. Each listing, we're making $100 profit. I can list 10 an hour at this quality, and that's fast enough. And I want to point out this question of like, Chris, I need to list faster. You don't necessarily need to list faster. You need to list higher profit items, right? If you are going to be in the low margin items, then you don't need to list faster. You need people. So you either need more expensive items or more people. You can't sell cheap stuff by yourself. I'm trying to make sure people know that because I don't want you guys to get stuck in the, you have to list every day forever. That's not a good life. Okay. So this is an example of merchandising where you make the item look really pop. This is going to get you a lot more money for the item. On Mercari, I do the same thing. I cross-post on all 3 platforms, but I spend a lot of time making my pictures look super professional when I am selling more expensive items. And there's kind of a balance here. Whenever you pass this on to somebody else, you can see the quality drop because they don't care about your business as much as you do. So you need to have a very, very clear process if you want people to take the attention to detail and give you that really high-end look. So let's look at the store here. This is a vintage clock. Now I want to show you guys a quick tip here. You can see in here sometimes there is all caps, and I'm not sure if you purposely did all caps, but all caps looks terrible. It looks like you're yelling. So what I do is I take this and I put it into convertcase.net. I paste this information in and I can click capitalized case and it removes all of the all caps. And you can see how much easier it is to read when you switch to capitalized case. So if you guys are doing sell similar and you want to copy somebody's listing and the title is all caps, use convert case to quickly convert it into capitalized case, which is much easier to read. As far as the listings go, your titles are on point. Your photos are dark. And this is clear usually that you're not taking it in a photo studio. Nothing wrong with that, but you can usually get a higher sell-through rate with a more bright background. The flip side of that is when you have a really white background, people will lowball you more because they don't know that you are a person. I'm much more likely to lowball a company than I am a person, because a person is sometimes more desperate for their money or they know what it's worth, whereas a company, sometimes they're just churning through cash flow and they want that item to move. So you can tell a difference here in lighting. If you just take it on a surface that absorbs the light, like a vinyl or canvas, and then you can even use daylight. But this lighting right here is a little bit dim. It doesn't show off the item as well. I also noticed with your shipping costs, they're really variable, and that may be due to the weight of the item, but I think it's a little bit confusing to customers, and this is an opportunity for you to stand out. So I think it's challenging for me because when I look at the shipping costs all being different, I worry that you don't have that shipping process completely streamlined. And also on eBay, it's a really big pain because you've got to calculate the final value fee on the shipping and also the item's final price. So I'd almost recommend free shipping on shoes if it goes in a flat rate box. If it doesn't go in a flat rate box, then okay, go with this rate. But most shoes ship cubic. So go to pirateship.com. I have it saved in here. So pirateship.com, create new label. I have it saved. So what you're going to do is when you pull this up and you make a new label, you should come down here and select the cubic rate, which we'll go ahead and modify this and take a look. 12 by 9. You can even do 12 by 15. 12 by 15. Let's go ahead and get the rate. And you see, even if it's 5 pounds, let's go ahead and put 10 pounds actually, just to prove a point. So 12 by 15 is the dimensions of the Tyvek envelope. I think you may already know this, but the rate is going to be, I'll go ahead and put my address in here. This is my mailing address, so don't go there. There's nobody there. It's just it's a UPS store. 9460. Okay, so I have this address. Let's see how much it costs. Okay, $7.34. I'm taking advantage of the cubic rate right here of 1/3. So even if this package is 100 pounds, actually not 100 pounds, 70 pounds, it's still going to ship for $7.34 because it's shipping by volume. With your store, I hope that you are using cubic shipping because it's going to save you a ton of money. Let's go back to your store. Okay, cubic shipping is going to be huge because then you don't need to charge $16.10 for this pair of sneakers. You can charge $10 and still profit $6 because right now with your shipping system, I would make $6 profit there. As far as your descriptions go, I think the only issue I had was the all caps. That looks fine. Looks like you have your inventory number in here. I like that. I would have no idea what that number means, except for maybe it's bin number A20 and you bought it at this store. 0.2, I don't know what that means. Maybe you paid $2 for this. I would have no way of understanding. So perfect. You have a code that people don't easily understand. Looks like you just barely started your eBay store, which is awesome. Let's go and take a look at the sell-through rate. 82 listed and 6 sold. Yep, you're just getting started. I love your eBay store. You've got great items. One thing is when you take photos of items with this natural lighting, you're never making the item look better than it is. So I really don't have any issue with this because it's very accurate. This is what these shoes actually look like, and you're getting great prices for them. So you do know what you're doing. Pricing is good. This one, for some reason, you did free shipping. Yep, but so far, pictures are just a little bit dim. You're using square photos. Titles are good. Description is fine. You have one sentence describing the condition, which is phenomenal. And then product mix. Let's go ahead and take a look at your product mix. You have auto parts. You have floor mats. Floor mats are amazing. Also, the doorknobs, anything that's removable from the car, all that stuff sells great. And things that can wear out. Again, belts, windows, anything that moves on the car, floor mats. These things are constantly being changed. Great, great, great categories. And then you also sell shoes and you sell rare thrifted items. This might be from a garage sale. And I just kind of pulled that because I looked at your YouTube channel. Everyone should have a YouTube channel. Their channel is Soul Satisfaction. Look it up. I basically got it from their Poshmark website. So Brian, good job on marketing yourself there. Poshmark is okay with you putting an external link, but don't do that on eBay. You'll get suspended. Okay, your eBay store looks fine to me. It just needs more inventory. You just 84 items. You're just getting a good start. I don't mind re-reviewing your eBay store once you're at like 500 items for free. So just shoot me an email once you get there. I'll be happy to look at your store and watch your progression. Okay, Poshmark. Let's check it out. You have a lot of items that I kind of took the liberty of looking at online. So I went to Alibaba to see if these items, kind of these types of items were available, and they are. So great job looking up an item online and ordering them. I'm assuming you're ordering these items from somewhere, or you have a local plug. But you're getting some fantastic pricing on these rings. I recommend everybody start to learn how to order stuff online. You're selling jewelry. This rose gold ring is fantastic. So I really like the strategy that you're putting into the store. Why are these on a white background, but in your eBay store they're like more dim? So I like your Poshmark photos a lot more. They're brighter. You can just see how much more these jewelry pictures pop because the background is less cluttered. This sterling silver engagement ring set looks phenomenal. That picture looks amazing. I wish I had paid that much for my ring. This store looks awesome. So let's take a look here. You have around 5885 listings. So I would guess that you're using some type of automation for sharing. You could get in trouble for this theoretically, but again, you're not an influencer, so probably people won't get on your case for using some automation. But it's unlikely that you manually followed 314,000 people. I recommend you spend more time on self-sharing, sharing your own closet. Sharing other people's closets is okay, but if you only have a certain amount of time, focus on the self-shares. this is community shares, followers, and this is how many people you're following. It does help a little bit, but again, I would focus heavily on sharing your own closet. Let's go to what is available in the store. Take a look. These signposts, a lot of people like to use them. I don't use them because I feel like I don't want to give my customers a discount. But that being said, the way that I achieve this is by filling my store with tons of cheap items. And the reason for that is to get the 3 for 20, to get the average sale price higher and keep the same shipping cost. Poshmark's fantastic about that. So that's one of my big secrets is when you look through my solds, if you search from low to high, people will be like, how is this guy making any money? Until you realize that people are ordering way more than just one item from me. So I definitely would spend time looking at how people operate, look at their solds, look from low to high and from high to low, and get an idea, because somebody can pick up a pair of jeans and a pair of shoes and a jacket from me, like the CEO of Poshmark Manish has bought multiple bundles from me. They're usually 4 or 5 items, so that really helps out. They all fit into a 5-pound box or under, one shipping cost. Poshmark is phenomenal, and I noticed that you have a lot of shoe sales on this platform, which makes me super happy. Poshmark's Kicks market is fantastic. I think the clothing market on Poshmark's pretty challenging. So if you guys love selling clothing, you probably have a low sell-through rate unless you're really on trend. I just don't see it. It's so flooded with people just selling stuff from their closet. The majority of stuff on Poshmark has got to be under $20. So, you better start working on some bundles and getting it out there. But I love your niche. I love that your stock photos that you're getting from whatever site that you're ordering these from. I love it. I love jewelry. You're doing a fantastic job. Also, you're selling on Mercari. Let's see here. This is your YouTube channel. This is, I was just looking on Alibaba to see if I could source some of this stuff. AliExpress has some interesting NFL jewelry as well. And then here's your Mercari. So it looks like eBay is your lowest store. I'm the same way right now. Other than my replenishables, I'm trying not to sell on eBay. It's not my favorite place to sell because the fees are so complicated, and also I just like lower fees on Poshmark. On Mercari, or lower shipping costs on Posh, because it's an advantage. On eBay, there isn't an advantage other than they have a lot of traffic. It's never cheaper and it's never easier. The shipping that you get through eBay is exactly the same, and the fees are confusing, right? So ideally, I wouldn't sell on eBay at all. To be perfectly honest with you guys, I would rather not sell on eBay at all. I'd rather find rare items and flip them on Poshmark for 10% more than eBay, and just avoid dealing with trying to reconcile, because you just get the Poshmark has what's called fee netting. So they take their fee out before they give you the money, which makes accounting super easy. You just deduct your expenses and you're done. You don't have to figure out the platform fee. They take it before they give it to you. So looking at your Mercari store, I think it looks great. You have 130 reviews. Your reviews are substantially better than my reviews. Let's take a look here. 130 ratings. You do have some cancellations. And again, this is what's going to happen, guys. If you sell on multiple platforms, you will have cancellations and you can't worry about it. That's just what happens when you sell on tons of platforms. That's why when I handed off my store to somebody else and let them handle all the customer service, that's one of the reasons why I have like 40 negative feedback, because I didn't properly train them to handle the customer service. So you're going to have to get on that, because when I first started this, guys, 100% of my business was on eBay. Now less than 30% of my business is on eBay. I do a lot on Amazon. I do a lot, I'm more proud of the $2,000 profit I made last month on Amazon than on eBay, because I know that's the future. I'm okay with learning the process. It's great. And plus, they do a lot of the fulfillment for you, guys. They fulfill it for you and handle the customer service. All this crazy thing is done by somebody else. So I'm most proud of the $2,000 I made on Amazon last month, as weird as that sounds. But yeah, this is fantastic right here. I love your Mercari. I love your diversification. I think right now we need to work on the total number of items in your store. So I wish there was more to add to your store other than just better pictures. Maybe maybe more easy to understand shipping on eBay, but not really a lot. I would say the main things for you are definitely just how to save time. That's the main thing. I'm going to give you 10 quick tips on how to save time. And I'm going to go into this in more depth in another video, but I was just writing down things I think would really help you get to the next level. One is, this is a little bit basic, but it's really helped me get to the next level, which is I have a finka time, which is a Swedish for coffee time. So in the morning I do that. I write down what I want to get accomplished for the day. Then when I start, I turn my phone off. This is like quadrupled my productivity. Turn my phone off, leave it in the car or leave it somewhere else. And then I just start hammering out the stuff I need to do. The hardest part is just getting started. So I like Mel Robbins' 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I also heard somebody online simplify it to 3, 2, 1, launch. And just if you have this kind of stuff written in your brain, you can just get started. And with no cell phone, if you get started, you'll just keep going. So the momentum is huge. The next thing is the 2-minute rule. So if it takes less than 2 minutes, knock it out. Don't write it down. Just immediately do it. And that's been a huge hack for me. Also, during the day, especially since eBay is a grind, I have been working in stretches, burpees, push-ups. I've been making my environment cleaner. I've been getting rid of clutter. All this stuff starts to add up. So it's kind of like you want to win through all these little victories. So that's been one of the reasons why I was able to list 20,000 items in a year and a half, is just basically cutting it down on distractions. This isn't rocket science, guys. It's really just like being efficient with your time and being able to help hire people. So either you need help or you need more expensive items. These are the two things you need to work on: help, more expensive items. So hopefully that's useful, guys. If you have any questions, you feel free to email me at chris@dailyrefinement.com. I answer questions for free anytime. If you do want some private consulting, I charge $35 for a store review. That's ridiculously cheap. And then also, I do have consulting for $100 an hour if you want to do some video one-on-one. I'm offering that right now because I'm trying to figure out how to maybe offer that service. But I won't do it for less than that. So either answer your questions for free via email whenever I have extra time, or we can do some one-on-one coaching, like either a store review, or I can go over your goals in person. Brian, you kind of look like you already know what you're doing. You just need a more professional look to your store, and then you need a bigger store. Not too much to go over here. I would need to know more about you. Some of the people who wrote in with the review gave me a long backstory, so I could kind of get an idea of what's going on, but you just only gave me your store names. So if you guys are interested in a review, patreon.com/dailyrefinement. I'll see you guys on the next episode. Take care.